What I'm holding here is the Kenyan shilling. It is the strongest currency in Africa. And by the way, did you know that Kenya is so peaceful that they had to send 1,000 soldiers to Haiti to fight the Haiti gangs and bring peace and stability to the Caribbean island nation? Haiti is a country born of slavery revolution, and since gaining independence in 1803, it has been fighting. It is laden with corruption. Its leaders are assassinated and killed in broad daylight by gangs, and there is so much going on in that Caribbean island nation. It is also safe to say that 80% of the capital city, that is Port-au-Prince, is run by gangs. Can you tell me what kind of country is that? Can you believe that in July 2021, with the help of an inside job, the gangs managed to kill the president Jovenel Moise in July 2021. Now you know the kind of country that I'm talking about. I can say that the situation in Haiti is going out of hand, and it is becoming more serious and concerning that the Medellin cartel that was run by Pablo Escobar in Colombia. When Haiti's Prime Minister Ariel Henry managed to escape from the city during a shootout, he had to call for international intervention, including the UN and other communities, to step in and help the country. But no country was willing to help, including the one with the strongest military in the world, the US. They all went silent. Until Kenya's Cabinet Secretary for Defense, Aden Duale, stepped forward. With the backing of the US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, Aden Duale promised that they will bring peace and order to Haiti in a very short period. But before we proceed, did you know that in 1994, the US sent 21,000 soldiers in Haiti to bring peace and stability to the country? 10 years later, that is 2004, Brazil had to send 30,000 soldiers to Haiti to bring peace and stability to foreigners and natives of Haiti. It was so serious because if you had 21,000 soldiers from the US and 30,000 soldiers from Brazil, you can tell the intensity of the situation that was in Haiti at the time. The big question is, if the US and Brazil could not contain Haiti they are very near to the country, what makes you think that the Kenyan government will manage to contain the situation by sending 1,000 soldiers to Haiti? The first barrier that is in Haiti is that the Haiti people speak French, Kenyan, English. Language barrier, check. The other thing that is a big concern to the whole situation is that Kenyan soldiers or the Kenyan armed forces are known to be being very corrupt, and therefore corruption, check. And should Kenyan military and its people take lightly the warning that was sent by a former police officer in Haiti by the name Jimmy Charezier, better known as Barbecue, lightly? Should he take lightly those warnings because he said that anyone who tries to intervene, any foreigner who wants to intervene, the situation in Haiti will face it rough? Let's take a look at a video that the Kenyan President William Samoei Ruto gave during a conference of African leaders, because President Ruto said that he could not understand how Kenya or Africa at large could depend so much on the Western influence about its issues. Take a look, and as an Africanist, tell me what you think about it.
Why are we bringing dollars in the middle of our trade? This is the question we should be asking ourselves. And in the process, all our business people are stranded. Egypt cannot pay for our tea because they are looking for dollars. We cannot pay for their sugar because we are also looking for dollars. You know? And this is I had a conversation with President Orama of the Afro-Exim Bank, and they have built a mechanism where all our traders can trade in the local currency and we leave it to the Africa Exim Bank to settle all the payments in local currency. We do not have to look for dollars. Our businessmen, our business people, our traders will concentrate on moving goods and services and leave the arduous task of currencies to Africa. I know we are all trying to see because of what the dollar has done to all our economies. The dollar has moved from less than 1% in the US to about 5.2%. With that movement, and I am told it is the steepest rise in interest rates ever since the US established their mechanism. That steep rise has caused us unnecessary trouble. I think it is important for us to figure out. Many of us are saying, oh, maybe we should move away from the dollar to the yuan. Maybe we should move away from the dollar to another currency. I suggest that we have a mechanism where we can settle all our payments, whether between our countries or externally, using our local currencies, and we have a mechanism like the one that has been put up by the AFRIEXIM to settle all that so that we don't have to be hostage to any one currency or the other.
The bad thing about it is that President Ruto, the Kenyan president, is a master of doublespeak. He preaches water but takes wine. Now tell me, why is he using the Kenyan Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale to send Kenyan soldiers to Haiti? Why is he doing the bidding for the US government? If the US military or the US government could not trust its soldiers in Haiti, what makes them think that sending 1,000 soldiers, which is not even a 10th of the soldiers that the US or the Brazilian government sent, will manage the situation in Haiti? Another thing to ponder about is Kenya has held a very strong stance against the LGBTQIA community or the interaction of LGBTQIA proponents in Kenya. But since President William Ruto came into power, he has allowed that to thrive. Well, I know some of you, especially those who are inclined towards the LGBTQ issue in Kenya or in Africa at large, might say that this is progressive. The former president, that is President Uhuru Kenyatta, said that the LGBTQ issue is not a concern to Africa because they have other issues to deal with: poverty, drought, food insecurity, and so much more. I have to say that President Ruto, the Kenyan president, has so much to deal with, and the Haiti issue should not be his concern. And the $100 million that the US government promised Kenya for going to Haiti to fight a war that does not concern them should not be a motivation to sell the souls of 1,000 soldiers in a foreign country. And talking about the Kenyan currency, I know you heard me talk about the Kenyan currency being the strongest in Africa. It was a lie. The highest form of clownery, because as we are talking, the Kenyan shilling is exchanging at 148 against the US dollar. In 1965, the Kenyan shilling was exchanging at 13 shillings to the US dollar. It has depreciated, and if you ask the traders who apply the Kenya, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, they will tell you that the Kenya shilling is not as strong as they used to believe or as they used to perceive it. Okay, it's a bit higher than the Uganda shilling, and it's a bit higher than the Tanzanian shilling, but it has lost so much value over time. Kenya is not the giant that it used to be. Let's face it. We cannot talk about Africa rising, yet Kenya is pulling the rest of Africa behind by being puppets of the West, especially the US, and implementing policies that won't benefit Africa in any way. Because how will Kenya benefit by sending 1,000 soldiers to Haiti, yet down in Lamu, Kenya, the Kenya Defense Forces soldiers are killed like rats, and the intervention in the North Rift region in Kenya, soldiers are also killed by cattle rustlers in Turkana, Pokot, Baringo, and the Karamajong from Uganda. You cannot feed your neighbor's child or children, yet yours are starving. More videos will be coming up. Give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Let's grow together. Thank you.